disgruntledduck.com.
Hi guys, welcome again. Just a quick little review video today. This is something that's definitely a little bit different from what I normally do. This is an Airfix Hawker Hurricane Mk.I in 1/72 scale. Cheap little kit, nice little kit. I was, well, pretty much started on Airfix kits when I was younger. I moved away from them onto the military miniatures in the 1/35 scale, but you know, this is one of my favourite planes, and yeah, I thought, I was in a local model shop and I always like to buy something when I'm in a local shop, and yeah, I picked up this little guy. Didn't break the bank. I think it was about £5 or £6. You can pick them up if you're in the UK. I know Aldi and Lidl every December time, they sell a load of these guys as the gift set with the paints and the glue and everything for about £5 each. So you shouldn't pay more than about £6 for this. Cute little kit. It's the new tool version. What that means is Airfix have been around for pretty much ever, and the original tool, when we're talking about tooling, it's the actual, the moulds. So the original tool was probably from the 50s, 60s or 70s. So a lot of things happened with Airfix in the last few years. They were taken over and they went bankrupt, etc, etc. You can find all this out on the web. But what they did was they sold off a lot of their toolings, so they made a hell of a lot of new toolings, which is only a benefit for us, the modelers. So I made one of their Spitfires recently, and it was absolutely jam-packed with details. Really, really nice. Can't complain about it at all. So let's start with this one. Alright, we'll start with the paint scheme. It's a nice and simple paint scheme. Of course, if you want to go to an aftermarket place, you can buy some different decals and pretty much make up every variant you want. But this one is number 85 Squadron of the Royal Air Force, based in France in the 1940s. So we've got our decals, we've got our camouflage pattern on the top, and we've got a black and white on the underneath. Straight away with Airfix products, they give you all your paint colours, which associate to Humbrol paint colours. You can use the Hobby Master app I've talked about before. That will give you conversion guides, so you can use whatever brand paint you want. So what we've got some clear parts to begin with. As you'd expect, we've got some, it looks like some lights. We've got the canopy, front and rear. There's different parts, so we can mask it all off separately. Get a nice paint job on that. Clear parts always show up really terribly on video or camera, but they look very nice. Right, so I don't know how many parts are in this kit. It's there seems to be quite, there's 4 sprues altogether. Plus we've got, don't know, oh, it looks like we've got some. Do you know what? I actually bought this separately. Don't let that fool you. I've actually bought a masking kit for this guy. So yeah, that's going to make the job of painting the wheels and painting the canopy a hell of a lot easier. So I forgot about that. It's just, don't expect to get that in the kit. I think that cost me about £2 separately, but you know, I just wanted to try that out, because I normally do it all by hand. I just wanted to see how these work out. So we've got our instructions. Nice and simple, no writing, just numbers. You know what to stick where. It's not really showing, unless I'm being a complete idiot. No, this is showing. It looks like it's showing some paint colours. Yeah, this is showing some paint colours here, what we need. This red indicates final location apparently. So, or do not cement, or is it the colour red? Who knows? I think maybe it's the colour red. This we will find out soon enough as we start building it. But it's not showing me, I'd expect, yeah, it's not, it says red, but there's no red on there. That's interesting. So it looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of research online to find out what colour some of these little guys should be. Right, so nice simple instructions. They're not coloured, but we know that the inside of the planes at this time were a green. That all looks fine. Pretty simple, as we're going to be working through it. And in what, 20 odd steps, we've built our plane. So that's the instructions. That's going to be a nice little afternoon build, I reckon. But let's check out the parts. So the side body, really nice casting, really nice detail. Got our panel lines. If I just feel them with my finger, they're fairly deep. I think that's going to be really nice. And definitely got some markings inside as well. It's going to be really nice when we start to add washes. That's going to lift up really nicely. It's one of those questions, it's only for plane guys really, but do you build them wheels up or wheels down? And if you're building them with wheels up, how do you display them? I mean, I've bought some of those little flying bases for wargaming, because I've got some Star Wars models on the go somewhere, and I think I might use some of them for aeroplanes in the future. But yeah, that's just a little curiosity. So we've got the wings. So the top of our wings, very nice detail. It was a fabric wrap plane, so you can see the lines in there where the fabric's been pulled taunt over the frame. Looks great. Part of the inside of the rear of our seats. I don't see much flash, really much casting marks. You know, you usually find it, you can feel a little bit there. It's usually where you find the most, on the side of wheels or things like that. Teeny bit there. I see a little mark in the back of this seat here that's going to need to be filled, but as you can see, that guy looks pretty good so far. Underside of the wings, again, we've got that taunt fabric. We've got all our little niches there, little nicks where we're going to be fitting our parts. Again, we've got those great panel lines around the side. Same with the rear tail there. These are going to be, I'm assuming, some of our internal parts. They look like the foot pedals. Our intake, got a little pilot there. Never really a big fan of adding figures. This is just a personal thing, and it's more an ability thing than anything else. I just don't have the ability to make the figures look that realistic. So you can take a model that looks great, add a shitty figure to it, and it takes it from looking real to looking like a model, which is not really the idea. So here's the final part. There's the rest of the inside of the cockpit, the rest of the rear tail, the propeller, and part of the underneath, a last little bit. So, oh, I didn't give you a close-up on that one, so let me do that for you. Again, loads of detail for such a reasonably priced kit. I mean, Airfix are going from strength to strength with these newer tooled models. And there's the final little bit. So hopefully this video is going to be a little help when you're picking a model Hurricane. If you want to start with any 1/72 kit, aircraft that is anyway, definitely have a look for Airfix, and definitely look out for their newer tooled models, because they are absolutely brilliant. So until next time, happy modelling, and thanks for joining me.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment.